Round 1 has begun. We are up against Rainbow Slushy, and according to my search, he plays a blue-red Faeries deck. And having the Scattershot Archer seems good, but obviously having 3 lands in this deck in your opening hand is horrible. But I don't think we can send this back. He does run, oh yeah, 3 Lightning Bolts and 3 Chain Lightnings as removal. So hopefully he gets none of those. Mulligan to 6 cards, I will keep. I could play the Volt Scourge out first. I believe that is an option. Seeing as we are on the play, I don't believe he runs Days. Let me check that again. No Days. He does run 4 Gataxian Probes, so he will be able to see our hand. Assuming he's running that same deck. Yes, the Scattershot Archer and the Vault Scourge do not have the most ideal synergy together. Let's see, what does he run for counters? 3 counter spells and then the Spell Stutter Strikes. In that case, I am just going to not use Rancor, and I will play both of my guys this turn, because I want them both to resolve. And now we get to activate Bloodthirst. Chain Lightning. I was expecting something like that would occur, so Mutagenic Growth will give him a 4 toughness, and he will survive. Well, I cannot use his ability as long as I have the Vault Scourge in play, or it will also kill my Vault Scourge, so that's unfortunate. At least we do have him down to 13 already, which is pretty good. Imagine he gets an island here. Yeah. Alright, the Lightning Bolt will finish off the Scatter Shot, but he spent 2 life to Gataxian Probe us. Hunger of the Howl Pact. I could use it on the Vault Scourge to make him a little bigger, and it would definitely resolve now, but if my opponent has got any more removal, that would be terrible. So I will just attack what we have here, which is 6 points of damage. Alright, my opponent displays a Delver. Now let's see, I could play the Bone Splitter, but I think he's holding up a Spell Stutter Sprite. So if I do play the Bone Splitter, and he brings out the Spell Stutter Sprite and counters it, I can still attack with my Pit Skulk and my Vault Scourge, and then use Hunger of the Howl Pact to make him a 4 power. So if he blocks, yes, I like this. If he blocks, I should be able to trample through. This is good. Yes, I should trample through just enough here. One, two, three, 4, and 5. So him casting Gataxian Probe for life did not work out well for him. I will bring in the rest of the scatter shots. And now the question is, what is he bringing in, and what else should I bring in? He could easily be bringing in Electrickery and Dispel and Flame Slash. He won't be bringing in Annul. I doubt he'll be bringing in Curse of the Bloody Tomb. That's more for a control matchup. But I could definitely see Flame Slash, maybe even Dispel for my pump. Maybe not, but the Electrickeries and Flame Slash would most likely come in. Now I can bring in the Relic to try and mess up with his Delve. He's not running any Spire Golem, so I don't need to bring in the Gleeful Sabotage. Wonder if I should bring in Fog to mess with his wee Dragonauts. He only runs 2 of them, so I will not. I think I want to bring in at least 1 Longbow though. Now what do I want to take out? Should I take out the Vault Scourge, as I have now 4 archers? Makes the most sense, although I do like gaining life, and obviously having flying is good, but I don't want to be killing my own guys. And what else? 2 more cards. Maybe a Mirror Boa, as he has no swamps, and he likely has Electrickery. And 1 more card to come out. I don't want to take out a Ranger, even though he likely has Electrickery because they're so good. So I'll take out 1 Groundswell. Oh boy, another land heavy hand. Now can this get through? 4 lands is more lands than you ever want to see playing this deck. You ideally want to see 1 or 2. In fact, every time I've drawn only 1, I've won. I think we have to mulligan. Although, likely we see 0 lands in his hand. Yep. Alright, we will be keeping a 2-lander. Alright, so we mulliganed, and we effectively just discarded 2 lands in that double mulligan, and now we're drawing more lands, so we're pretty much doomed to lose this game. Flame Slash, so we did bring in the Flame Slash, and we just drew 2 lands, so it's almost worth conceding here just to save time, but I guess I'll play it out. I will play him and put on the Rancor on him, and have to hope that maybe somehow this just gets through for 20 points of damage. I severely doubt that. Alright, so our Treasure Cruise there, drew 3 cards, and gets a Fairy on board. We get Rancor. Just draw and pump, and this is pretty much an inevitable loss, but our opponent gets another cruise. Let's see if he has a spell stutter. Does. Let's see if he has another spell stutter. Does. Alright, so we go down to 9 here. Let's see if he has another spell stutter. Alright, that was fun. I kind of want to bring in a Viridian Longbow, as so many of his guys have a toughness of 1. At least all 8 Faeries, and then the Delver, depending how you slice it, has a toughness of 1 or 2. What would I take out? The problem, well there I just got such a huge fall, it makes you think you want to take out land, but I did mulligan into a 0 land hand, which is horrible. And he runs a lot of removal. Yeah, I'll just submit this again. Would you like to play first? Yes. Hopefully, alright, it's a keepable hand, but 1 removal spell and we are not looking good. Let's see if our opponent will mulligan. Seems to be taking his time evaluating his hand. Alright, hopefully we do not want to see turn 1 mountain removal. Alright. So he gets to probe, which means he gets to see that we have Vines of the Vastwood, and that we are holding that up to protect our ranger. He flame slashes even though he knows we have Vines of the Vastwood, so he either wants us to use the vines because he doesn't want us to hit him for 4, or he won't because he has so much removal. Oh, he's got 5 cards in hand. He already has 4 cards in his graveyard. Brainstorm, which will likely draw him into some more removal. then he will have 5 cards in his graveyard. So I could easily see him treasure cruising next turn, especially with this Evolving Wilds sacking for a land and adding another card to his graveyard. So he is waiting. He electricaries him now. He was worried that I would have drawn another Vinewood. So he wanted to wait until after combat damage. Now we can either play this Hooting Ape, and if we do play the Hooting Ape, it can still die to Flame Slash, but he has in fact used 2 Flame Slashes already. So hopefully he does not have the 3rd or the 4th. He does. And he's treasure cruising, so this will bring him up to 6 cards. Let's see, if he does have another Electricary, it won't do that much to us because the Young Wolf will come back and the Ranger will die, but it will take 2 of his mana to use that, and it won't kill the Scattershot. And he plays a Dragonaut. Alright, I think I can kill the Dragonauts here. I tap the Archer, and I can generate 3 mana, and I can equip the Ranger, and then ping the Dragonauts, and then use the Scattershot Archer again. I'll actually equip the Young Wolf. I'm going to him to kill a creature. I would rather it be the Young Wolf. And have it come back with a +1/+1 counter. So he's down to 9. We are in game 3. He seems to be having trouble finding the second red mana source, because then he would be able to use 2 removal spells a turn. He only runs 2 mountains, so that's why. Lightning bolts. Oh, I can't do anything about that. Alright, so let's see. What can he have? He either has a spell stutter or a counter spell. And knowing that, what do I want to do? I think I can attack with the ranger and leave back the young wolf, because I can ping with the young wolf anyways. But first I should play a rancor or a bone splitter. And if he has the spell stutter, I will ping the spell stutter and it will not counter anything. So let's cast the bone splitter. We will equip. We will ping him for 1. Untap the wolf. Play a land. Play Mr. Rancor. Swing for 5. Opponent's at 3. We are at 20. Opponent has 4 cards in hand. I'm assuming he has cards like Cloud of Faeries and Treasure Cruise. Select target. My opponent. Untap target creature. Untap young wolf. Now this makes it very difficult for my opponent to win. I will get to ping him again before the turn is over, bring him down to 1. Alright, Cloud of Faeries. Now we can untap the mountain and actually kill the young wolf here. Preordain, likely looking for more red removal. So my opponent would play the red-blue land that gains 1 life when it comes into play. That would be very useful here. Now I can ping him or the Faeries, and I will not be able to equip the longbow on my turn, so I will rather ping the Cloud of Faeries here. And here I will get a 2/2 back. Alright, what should I do here? If I cast Rancor and he has a spell stutter sprite, he'll just cast it and counter the spell and then block. So I might as well just attack with the young wolf, make him cast the spell stutter sprite and chump block. Not sure if there's any reason to equip or not to equip the Bone Splitter, but I will do it just because more power tends to be better. But there's definitely going to be a Spell Stutter sprite coming in to block Mr. Youngwolf, or he would have conceded already. Now I will Rancor the young wolf, which means he needs more removal. He has 2 cards in hand. If he does not have some type of removal, he will lose. So he has another Treasure Cruise, and he has removal. Well, he's at 2, but he probably has lots of counter magic. At least that gets past a Spell Stutter sprite. I'm assuming he has more Spell Stutter sprites in his hand. Hopefully he has no more removal. It does. Probably should have taken out the Rancors. They have not been doing so well. I actually regret taking out the Vault Scourges. Just having bodies up against all this removal would be decent. Even though he also has Electrickery. Part of me wants to play the Young Wolf, but part of me believes he has a Spell Stutter and it will just get countered and then let him add a body, and that I might want to hold on the Young Wolf until I have multiple creatures to play at once. How does that sound? Let's see, he has 21 cards left in his deck, and he's only played 1 Spell Stutter sprite so far. He has 3 cards in hand, so I will assume he has at least 1 Spell Stutter sprite, and I will wait until I have 2 creatures. And hopefully he does not have 2 Spell Stutter sprites. And he has another Treasure Cruise. Well, if he didn't have a Spell Stutter sprite in his hand, he definitely does now. Now he has 4 cards in his hand, and it's most likely he also runs 3 counter spells. Not sure if he would have sided those out because so much time, so often he's going to be losing value, them costing 2, and my cards costing 1. Now what am I better off casting here? If casting anything at all. I'll lead off with the Young Wolf. I'm assuming that both of these are going to get countered, but I have to hope. Spell Stutter number 1, or should I say number 2 of the game. Nettle Sentinel. spell starter number, the other one. Riverboa, if this resolves, it does. Now he needs 2 removal spells to win. Hopefully he will not reveal a removal spell here. Doesn't reveal anything, which means it's a land. The Riverboa is unblockable. He has 2 cards in hand, so they both must be. He passes the turn. Alright, so what could he have? Now that we have mutagenic growth, that makes things even better, because if he's just holding up electricity to make us regenerate and then take the Riverboa out of combat, that would work. I don't see any reason to cast any spells here. I will just have him at 2 and attack. Lightning bolt. 1, 2, 3. Assuming this flips 4, 5, 6. So we're looking at a potential 6 damage coming our way, which we will still survive. Chain lightning, that is a sorcery, so we cannot benefit. You cannot use that in combat to stop Mr. Riverboa. Hits us down to 7, which means even 2 chain lightnings will not do him any good. I'm trying to regenerate, but he has 1 card in hand, and we have mutagenic growth. He's given us the good game. Must top deck a Riverboa. You got so lucky to win. Well, our opponent is clearly not happy. He is. Well, our opponent is more or less rage quitting here, but I consider that an additional victory, so very nice.